Hello and welcome to your yoga practice today. We're going to be using a chair for this class. So go ahead and find your chair. Any kind of chair will do, couch, bed even. So yes, anywhere you can sit up nice and tall. I'm going to get seated in my chair as well. And we'll start first by just finding a place that is comfortable enough to sit. And so it's best to kind of sit on the edge of your chair. Excuse me. The only reason it's better to sit on the edge of your chair is it encourages us to engage some different muscles that help us sit up nice and tall, rather than what we tend to do when we're sitting in a chair, at least I know I do, which is kind of lean back, round through our spine, be a little lazier about it. So we're working on engaging those muscles. So seeing if you can first ground through your feet. Feel the bones in your seat planted on the chair. And then from there, from that grounded place, we can start to lengthen and lift through our spine, getting nice and long. It helps me to picture drawing my belly button back and in towards my spine. One thing to keep in mind about spinal health and mobility and that kind of stuff is that really, if we have low back issues, a big contributor to that is a lack of core strength. So working our belly can actually help improve our posture and our spine health. So just keeping that in mind as we relax shoulders away from the ears, crown of the head reaches to the sky. Your hands can rest anywhere that's comfortable, down by your side or on your lap. And I'll invite everyone to close your eyes as we start to tune into the breath, first and foremost. Maybe taking a nice sigh out the mouth. If you are doing this video in the middle of your day or at the end of your day, a nice sigh can be a good way to release some tension. And then we can start to draw that longer, deeper breath in through our nose. Slow and steady, and then out through the nose if we're able to. And I know that we can't always breathe through our nose this time of year, especially, so mouth is fine. Please don't, pass out if you're stuffy. So finding that rhythm, that slow inhale, maybe counting even to 4 on the inhale to develop that rhythm. Maybe pausing at the top for just a moment and then counting to 4 on the exhale. So continue like that on your own, finding your own way. Just a few more rounds. And as you take those final few breaths together, warming up, we might think about why you pushed play today. Why are you doing this video and what are you hoping to get out of it? Maybe to work your muscles, maybe to relax a little bit or to carve out some you time. Whatever the answer is for you today is perfectly fine. And let's do our best to keep that in our hearts and in our thoughts as we move through the rest of this class. So we'll start by just warming up really gently. You can blink open your eyes if you need a visual aid. You can also try to just listen to my voice and keep your eyes closed the whole time. That's sometimes a fun way to do it too. So we're going to start by just warming up through the neck. So on an exhale, go ahead and drop your chin to your chest. And then use an inhale to sort of rock in a semicircle, your left ear over to your left shoulder. Big stretch through the right side of our neck here. Exhale, chin comes back down through center. And we can inhale, rock our right ear now over towards our right shoulder. And I'll invite us to just take a few at our own pace, just like this. Exhale, chin down through center. Inhale to the left. Feels so nice. I know so many of us hold tension in our neck and our shoulders. So if you happen to find a spot that's like, oh yeah, feels like it needs a little extra time, feel free to hold it. Really lovely. Just kind of exploring as we warm up how it is we're feeling today in our physical body, maybe also how we're feeling in our emotional body. What kinds of thoughts or energy we're showing up with today. All right, lovely. So hopefully feeling a little more warm through the neck and shoulders. We can kind of take some shoulder shrugs here too. I like to inhale, squeeze my shoulders up to my ears, and then exhale, roll them back and down. Yeah, let's take 3 more like that. Inhale, squeeze them up tight. Exhale, roll back and down. Yes, lifting through the chest. Lovely. So, upper body. Moving on. Let's take our left hand straight out in front of us as if we're giving a high five. And then exhale, fingertips down. I said left, I did right. So, left and right is a moving target. We're going to do both. Inhale, flex the wrist. Exhale, point it down. Yeah. Inhale, lift. Press through that arm. High five through the screen. Exhale, fingertips down. Awesome. Let's flex through the wrist again. And then from here, we're going to just gently pull back each of our fingers. So gently pulling back the thumb. Just keep breathing slow and steady. Ooh, stretching through our hands. Like, how often do we actually take time to stretch through our hands? Moving on to the first finger. And if you're like me, typing and texting a lot, middle finger, gentle pull back. I feel this like all the way into my forearm even. Yeah. Really good stuff to do if you have arthritis, wrist issues. Lovely. Pinky finger. All right, and we can release that. Moving on to the right side. High five, hand out in front. Inhale here. Other hand can rest wherever is comfortable. Exhale, pointing fingers down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, pointing down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, pointing down last time. And then we'll flex through that wrist and once again stretch through each of our fingers. This is Thanksgiving week when I'm recording this. So maybe as you stretch each of your fingers, we take a moment to appreciate that we have fingers, that we have 10 of them, or however many you have. I mean, how often do we really appreciate the simplest of things like that? But I bet you if we were to lose one of our fingers, we would miss it. And it might not be until then that we actually appreciate it. So let's not wait for that. Let's say thank you to our hands right now and all they do for us. Beautiful. So neck, arms, shoulders, hands, and wrists. We're going to warm up through the feet and lower body a little bit now. So I know you can't really see my feet well. So just pay attention to my cues. Feet are flat on the floor at this point. We're going to inhale, lift both of your heels off of the earth. Yeah, so toes and ball of the foot stays down. Exhale, bring them back down. Awesome. Inhale, lift the heels. Feeling the quads, the top of our thighs firing up even here. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Now we're going to lift the toes. Same way. So inhale, heels stay grounded this time, but we're going to lift our toes on both feet. And then exhale, lower down. Stretching through the ankles here, calves. Inhale to lift the toes. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale to lift. Being mindful of that belly even here, whole time engaging that core, belly button to spine. Exhale, lower. Really nice, guys. Great. So just taking it a little bit further now. So increasing intensity a little bit. Breathing deep all the while, thinking positive thoughts the best that we can to ourselves. We're gonna inhale and just straighten out your left leg. So you can't see my foot, but like straight out like that. This is quite an angle. And then exhale, put it back down. Just had to lift a little higher so I could show you. Inhale to straighten out that leg. Feeling a lot of work in the belly here for me. A lot of work in the top of that thigh too. Exhale, lower down. Awesome. Sitting up nice and tall as we lift, even sitting in a chair. This is no joke. Exhale, lower down. Awesome. Yeah. And we're gonna lift one more time. Hold it here. I'm gonna lift really high just so you can see. Oh gosh, I hope my feet are clean. And let's take some circles through that foot. It looks like my foot is giant compared to the rest of my body. Awesome. And then we can lower back down. Really well done. Maybe take a moment just seated between sides. Yeah, it's a little more work. I'm even feeling like a little bit warm. And we're still seated, so it can be very effective. Let's move on to the other side now. We'll inhale, straighten out the right leg. Exhale, lower down. I'll spare you the visual of my foot on this side. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Really nice. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Awesome. So we're going for the hold, using the breath as fuel as we inhale and hold, working the leg, feeling all of those muscles engage as we circle the ankle one way, wiggle the toes even. Take it the other way. I just want to note too, if my cueing of breath, and by that I mean saying inhale and exhale, the pace doesn't work for you, please ignore me and just breathe at your own pace, okay? Don't worry so much about matching the rhythm. All right, and then we can lower down. Awesome, guys. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more warmed up. We're going to move into some more flow style postures, intensifying just a little bit further. So just do your best to follow along. Take it or leave it, okay? So what we're first going to do is interlace our hands around our left knee. And from here on an inhale, see if you can lift that whole leg up, squeezing it up towards your chest. And if you can only lift the foot a little bit off the floor, or even just the heel again, if that's where you're at, that's just fine. We're working up to this. So exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, big squeeze, using our belly to lift that knee up toward our chest more than the strength of our arms. So we really want to work the belly here. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Certainly working the top of that thigh as well. We can inhale to lift. Oh yeah, exhale, lower down. Beautiful, guys. Let's inhale that knee one more time. Squeeze. And then you can use your hands even to physically cross left ankle over left thigh. So this is, you might already notice, a big stretch in the hip, okay? And I know that hips are a tender point for a lot of people, or we just are very tight here, many of us. So if your knee happens to be way up here, no problem. If crossing your ankle over your thigh simply does not work for you, you can cross your ankles. Okay, so either way is totally fine. If you are in this figure 4 shape, again, sitting up nice and tall, engaging the belly, finding the breath, relaxing what you can. So the shoulders, the jaw. And if this is feeling pretty comfortable for you, you might take your hands and just gently press on that knee. Flexing through the foot, so pointing your toes towards the screen will protect your knee in this shape. So gentle press. And if that's still not firing off some feeling in that hip, you might start to fold forward. And then you should probably start to feel a little something like, oh yeah, there it is for me. Just a couple more breaths here. Noticing where your mind goes when things get a little bit intense. Like, what are our first thoughts? For many of us, I know it's like, get me the hell out of here, right? Like, we run from discomfort at the first sign of it. So this is a really good opportunity to just practice sitting with discomfort. Healthy discomfort is good for us. Beautiful. If you have folded forward, you can go ahead and lift up. And we're just going to cross this leg all the way over. So if your ankles were crossed, you can stay there. If you want to cross further, like knee over knee, now's the time. And we're going to inhale, sweep our arms up overhead. That feels so good. Let's do a couple more. Exhale, palms come together. They draw down the midline of our body towards our heart. Let's do 2 more. Big stretch, growing long through both sides of the body, turning the chin up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Awesome. Drinking up that breath. Amazing. Growing out of the hips. Exhale, hands through center once more. And this time, bring your hands to that top thigh, knee, even the side of your chair. And we're just going to twist to the left. So spinning from the rib cage, drawing belly in, turning our whole upper body and our head to look over the back shoulder. Pausing here. Maybe every breath in, we can picture growing a little bit longer through the spine. And every breath out, maybe we can soften into the twist just a little bit more. Really awesome. One more breath here, all the way in. Exhaling completely. And then inhale, we can spin back around through center. Uncross the legs, maybe give them a little shake or a bounce between sides. We got another one, same thing. So at least you know what's coming. And we can be open to this side being different, being a clean slate. So let's just see how it goes on the right side. Sitting up tall, again, starting with that strong foundation. Interlacing hands around the right knee now. So let's inhale, squeeze that knee, using our belly up and towards our chest. Exhale to lower back down. Awesome. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, squeeze everything in. Exhale, lower down. One more big squeeze. Just so that from here we can, again, guide our right foot over our left knee, finding that kind of figure 4 leg shape. Or again, ankles can cross, feet on the floor. Feeling it out, okay? Both the sides can be wildly different. And so seeing where you're at, if you feel comfortable here, you might, again, knowing that discomfort is where we grow, you might intensify a little bit by pressing on that knee. And a really good way to gauge whether or not you can go further is the breath, okay? So if you are breathing freely, it's flowing easily, we're not like holding it or gritting our teeth, that might be a sign that you can go a little further, or maybe you're in a good place if it's feeling intense, right? It's when we start to clench and hold and get tight and hold the breath that maybe is a clue to back off a little bit. So just keeping that in mind. And maybe we start to fold forward like I'm doing already to find that place of growth, right? Like that little bit of healthy discomfort and intensity. Using the breath to get through it. coaching ourselves and our own thoughts, almost as if we were encouraging someone we really love, like our child or a friend. Like, what would we say to them? And maybe giving ourselves that same encouragement. It's so much harder to give it to ourselves for so many of us, isn't it? Beautiful. So we can start to inhale, rise. Again, crossing opposite side now. So knee over knee like a lady, or a gentleman, or ankles can remain crossed. Let's go ahead and take those big stretches once again. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. You can even lean back a little bit. Get a nice back bend. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Awesome. Inhale, growing long and tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. One more time. Hands through heart center. And then again, finding a place to kind of grab for leverage as we work to twist over the right side this time. Gazing over your right shoulder. Ooh, I'm getting such a nice stretch in the left side of my neck. On this side, it's different than the other one for me. A couple rounds of breath. Finishing an exhale right here. And then inhale, we can go ahead and unwind. Beautiful. Uncross the legs. Again, if you feel like you need to loosen anything up, by all means do it. Let's take some seated cat-cows here to warm up through the spine. So I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see. You can stay where you are. So hands to the knees. I like to kind of use that pull of gripping the knees to inhale, lift through the chest, arch through the back, chin to the sky. That's our cow pose. Exhale, we can kind of press into the thighs or the knees to round through the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, arching and looking up, cow pose. Exhale to tuck and round, cat back. This feels so yummy. I hope that you're enjoying it too. It's like a little self-massage for the spine. So let's take 3 more together. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale to lift. Exhale, tuck and down. Belly drawn in the whole time. Awesome. Beautiful. So I'm going to spin back around. All right, guys, are you ready for a little burn in the arms? Who said chair yoga was easy yoga, right? It can be very challenging, so hang with me. All right, find that breath. Sit bones rooted, belly engaged, sitting up tall. Let's take both arms out to the side. All right, and then let's just start to make some circles backwards. Yeah. Just using our own body weight can be very effective. You might close the eyes even here. Something about closing the eyes is just magic to me. It really helps me tune into my breath, how I'm feeling, my thoughts, the sensations in my body. Because there are so many distractions outside. All right, are we feeling the arms? Are they feeling heavy? Let's switch directions. And if you need to, bring them down for a second, go right ahead. Take a break and get right back in it, right? That's what it's all about. If we need a break, go ahead and take it, but then show back up, ready to keep working. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm feeling warm. Let's keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Yee-haw. Good job. We did it. All right, guys. We've got just 2 more little flows to get through, okay? Yes, 2 more. So let's start by opening the feet a little bit wider. So you can just wiggle walk them out to the side. Toes are kind of facing out at an angle. So if you look down, you want your toes to sort of be in the same line as your knees, okay? So stretch through the hips, certainly through the inner thighs. We can sit up nice and tall even here. And go as wide as you can. It doesn't have to be as wide as me. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And then exhale, bring our left hand to our left thigh as we lean over to the side. Top arm up and over our ear. So let's just hang out here for a minute. And if you have the room, you can bring your forearm to your thigh as well. Sometimes that feels nice. A lot of the time when we reach up, our shoulder likes to kind of, it's almost like it's reaching out of its socket, if that makes sense. So see if you can, it's almost like spinning that shoulder back and down back into the socket. So maybe you're not reaching quite as far or high. And the action is, yes, spinning back and down, almost as if you were trying to show your armpit to the ceiling. Big stretch through the right side here. Keep breathing. I know it can be intense even to stretch. And you might rock a little through the neck, kind of like we did in the beginning, turning your chin up and then down. Let's use a big inhale to come back up through center. Both arms up. And we'll just switch sides. So we can start with the hand, again, feeling it out. And if you have the room, forearm can come down. Breathing into that left side now as we turn our gaze up toward our fingertips. Again, this shoulder spinning back and down into its socket, armpit to the sky. Yeah, maybe a little rock through the chin. Just kind of softening up in the neck. Awesome. You ready for a little flow? Let's inhale, come through center. Exhale, forearm to thigh, side stretch. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Again, your own pace. If you feel like you want to hang out longer, no worries. This is your practice. Inhaling up. Exhale, other side. Let's do one more for good measure. Spine health is everything. That is really the foundation of total mobility and health. So really, really effective, beneficial movements we're taking here. And we've really worked pretty much every part of our body and moved our spine in every direction. So yoga is so awesome in that way. All right, arms up. Let's draw hands through heart center as we wiggle walk our feet back in. Oh, you guys are doing so good. I just know it. Thank you for making it this far. Let's do one more little flow together. Okay, so hopefully this one will feel good. It's my hope. So home base, right? Sitting up tall in our chair. Let's inhale, sweep arms up overhead, looking up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, circle, sweep up. This time as we exhale, drawing hands through heart center, bring them to the thighs. We're going to start to shift forward any amount that you can. So when you get to your place that's like, I'm holding my breath and clenching, that's the place where you stay, okay? But maybe you find you can bend further. Maybe your hands can start to slide down your shins. Maybe they even come to the floor, or you can touch your toes. And if you can touch your toes, go ahead and let your head hang for a moment. So head is heavy. You can kind of shake it yes and no. Nodding side to side. And then on a breath in, let's slowly roll all the way back up to seated. Woo, I got a little head rush there. Be careful. Inhale, arms sweep up. Good thing we're sitting down. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sweep up. And then same thing. So hands can draw a line through the middle of our body and then find our thighs. Slowly lowering down, pouring your chest towards the floor. And then inhale, slowly rolling up. So this is a chair version of a sun salutation. Beautiful. Lowering down. Let's do one more together just to finish up. This is our last move. Inhale, big sweep up. Then exhale, folding down. Inhale, roll up to home base, seated on our chair. And so we will wrap up with a few moments of designated rest. So you worked hard, touched every part of our body. Let's close it off with rest. It's important to have both. And so now's the time to get comfy in your chair, to forget everything I said about posture and belly engagement. You can just find a comfy place to be for a few moments. And so leaning back, seeing if you can allow your head to be supported, closing the eyes, letting go of any controlled breathing, letting your natural breath return to your body, and just soaking in the results of all your hard work. Anything you're feeling right now, any positive shift or change or difference in your mood and your thoughts and how you're feeling in your own body is completely a result of you and your effort. So congratulations. Feeling free to stay here as long as you like. That's the benefit from yoga at home. If you're ready, you can start to slowly bring your attention back into your body, maybe wiggling your fingers and toes, softly blinking open the eyes. Sitting back up might feel good to take a little stretch. And we are all done. Great work. It was so nice to have you. And I am just so thankful for this opportunity to be able to be in your home with you, share a practice that I love and believe in. And I just appreciate your participation so very much. So I'm always here for you guys. And have a happy Thanksgiving if that's when you're watching this. And I will hopefully see you all very soon. Bye.